an abusive parent, racial bias, and losing contact with her biological family. As the daughter of two A-list actors, Zahara Jolie-Pitt may seem like she has it all, but the reality of her life is much more tragic. Zahara Jolie-Pitt has lived a life of privilege and access, but her life started out very differently. Zahara's biological mother became pregnant after being sexually assaulted by a stranger. Mentawab DeWitt Labiso had just left the construction site where she worked one night in the spring of 2004 when she was attacked by a man with a dagger. Mentawab kept the pregnancy a secret for as long as she could. She told Reuters in 2007 that she feared the consequences of being raped in a community where even discussing it was considered taboo. Her mother was supportive, however, and encouraged her to keep the baby. Mentawab tried, but her postpartum experience was far from easy. She struggled to breastfeed and believed her baby was falling ill because of it. In her turmoil, Mentawab left home. She told the outlet, "I was desperate and decided to run away rather than see my child dying." Unable to provide for the baby, Mentawab's mother decided to put her up for adoption. Mentawab knows her mother's decision gave Zahara the best opportunity imaginable. Angelina Jolie, meanwhile, was seemingly unaware of the story. In 2006, she appeared to believe Zahara's biological mother was dead, telling NBC News her mother died of AIDS, and so they wouldn't have had any funds to send her to school. Zahara was just 6 months old when Jolie brought her into her family and has had no contact with her biological family since then. But that's not what Zahara's biological mother wanted. In a 2017 interview with the Daily Mail, Mentawab asked Jolie to let her speak to Zahara. She told the outlet, "I just want her to know that I am alive and here and long to be able to speak with her." Mentawab clarified that she had no intentions of fighting to remove Zahara from Jolie, adding, "I do not want my daughter back, but just to be in contact with her and be able to call her up and talk with her." Mentawab's assertions contradicted a 2015 National Enquirer report that contended she was seeking custody of her biological daughter. Rather, Mentawab said that she was thankful for the life Jolie gave her. She told the Daily Mail, "Angelina has been more of a mother to her than I have ever been."
When your children are your best friends, it's a nice life.
Despite her gratitude, Mentawab still wishes she could be a part of Zahara's life. "Before I die, I would like her to know about me and that she has family here in Ethiopia." Zahara has been to her native country. It's unclear, however, whether she sought out her birth family.
I felt so blessed to be able to be a mother to children from different parts of the world.
Being adopted by Angelina Jolie hasn't shielded Zahara from domestic turmoil. According to 2024 court documents related to Jolie and Brad Pitt's legal dispute over their winery, Chateau Miraval, Pitt was accused of violent behavior towards his children during an infamous 2016 flight. Jolie left Pitt immediately after the incident. Since then, Zahara has seemingly become estranged from her adoptive father. In November 2023, Zahara ditched her dad's last name during her sorority induction at Spelman College, introducing herself as Zahara Marley Jolie. While the status of Zahara's relationship with Pitt is hard to grasp, seeing as she hasn't publicly addressed it, her brother has spoken for her. Pax, whose relationship with Pitt has been openly strained, suggested the actor acted violently toward him and his siblings. Pax wrote on his private Instagram account in 2020, "You have no consideration or empathy toward your 4 youngest children, who tremble in fear when in your presence." Zahara isn't the only member of the family to have stopped using Pitt's name. Shiloh legally removed Pitt's last name the day she turned 18 in May 2024. Vivian also opted to go just by Jolie in the credits to the musical The Outsiders. Zahara may not be vocal, but the evidence suggests that she hasn't had a father figure in a long time. None of Jolie and Pitt's children have publicly discussed what happened between them and their father. However, 4 of them are now adults and could decide to share their version of events. It's unclear if they will, but Pitt reportedly lives in fear that they might. A source told In Touch in July 2024, "This is a dark cloud hanging over Brad's head. He can muzzle Angelina with his lawyers, but he can't muzzle his own kids." Jolie has accused Pitt of forcing her to agree to NDAs in their legal dispute involving their winery to ensure she stays quiet about her experience during their marriage. Court documents read in part, "It was Pitt who refused to buy her interest unless he received his newly expanded NDA, enforceable by an $8.5 million holdback specifically designed to force her silence about his abuse and cover-up. Unless he files lawsuits against his kids, that wouldn't work on them." Thus far, the Jolie-Pitt siblings have opted to stay out of the spotlight.
It was a very difficult time, and we are a family.
In a 2021 Time interview, Jolie recalled being given poor medical advice after Zahara underwent surgery, which she attributed to widespread racial bias within the medical community. The actor said, "Afterward, a nurse told me to call them if her skin turned pink." Because the advice was geared towards someone with a lighter complexion, any complications could have gone unnoticed, as Jolie didn't know what signs to look for. She added, "I have children from different backgrounds, and I know when there was a rash that everybody got, it looked drastically different depending on their skin color. The issue wasn't a one-time blunder directed at Zahara, Jolie believes it's a structural problem. She told Time, "Whenever I looked at medical charts, the reference point was always white skin.